What is up? What's going on? Thank you for stopping by. I hope life is treating you well and you're having a good day, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and today, well, okay, let's talk about this new CWL, the new pass, the new Archer Queen, Clockwork Queen skin. I'll be honest, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Not really decided whether or not I think it's the greatest, but I will say this. No matter what the skin, the gold pass is an insane value, and in my opinion, if you are actively playing the game, then you pretty much should pick up the gold pass if you can. Now, I'm not selling you the gold pass, by far, of course. Far be it for me to sell you anything other than using code Galadon, of course. I mean, yes, using code Galadon, especially if you're buying the gold pass, is amazing, and it does help out because I do 100 or more Gold Pass giveaways every month and charity giving. It's easy to do, so make sure you renew it before you pick up that Gold Pass or packages. But more importantly, let's talk about the state of the game. Town Hall 13, we've got a new CWL happening. Town Hall 14 is still, it's about a year away, I would say. In fact, I would say just almost exactly a year is what we're looking at before we see Town Hall 14. But we have been promised probably 3 more epic updates, including one, or so I've been told, that is going to be amazing, unbelievable, and really restore a lot of players' interest in Clash of Clans at all different Town Hall levels. Super excited about that, so we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about, you know, I've been feeling a little bit stale in my attacks. Town Hall 13, obviously, I dropped out of Legend League, but my buddy David S., from the clan USA Valor, shout out to David S. and the clan USA Valor. He was in my live stream the other night and he suggested this army. Yes, fb.gg/realgaladongaming, where you should be every night because I'm streaming every night, and if you wanted to talk to me, I'm there, I'm hanging out, I'm replying to comments, so definitely stop by. But yes, it is a dragon army with 2 clone spells. So yes, kind of unusual, definitely unorthodox, but also it turns out pretty powerful. So I just walked out into Titan League and I went after the first base I saw with this attack, and we'll go ahead and show this first attack at 2x speed because trust me, we're going to get to some more interesting stuff, including 2 live CWL attacks from our first day in CWL with my 2 Town Hall 13 accounts. So now I did get a little bit of instruction from David as to how to do this, and then I just kind of YOLO'd it. I mean, obviously it's difficult to get a good funnel going with these troops. You're dropping maybe the heroes at the beginning. Got to set the warden to air, of course, which is something I would normally forget anyway. And I thought, okay, great. You know, I got 2 stars. Pretty solid attack. Not going to complain, but it just kept going. And dragons, much like maybe Yetis or P.E.K.K.A.s, they're slow but extremely powerful and kind of tanky. And it was at this point that I thought, well, wait a minute. This attack is going a lot better than I had anticipated, and shockingly close to a 3-star for my very first try at using this attack strategy. So it did go better than I hoped, and then of course at the end it didn't quite go as well as I had hoped, because once I got to about here, I'm thinking, okay, we can triple this base. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get the 3-star. In goes the last dragon, the Grand Warden. Only 1 defense remains, and actually the Wizard Tower and the Royal Champion, not an issue. Turns out, yeah, it's going to be the Seeking Air Mine. So watch for it right here at 2x speed as the Seeking Air Mine rolls in, or floats up, or whatever you want to call it. There it is. Ouch. That is the end. But no doubt about it, this went better than I expected. It really did. And so I'm out in Titan 2, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, let's experiment a little bit. If these dragons are so powerful, then I could probably come from the opposite side of the base, right? I don't need to go after the Town Hall immediately like I would normally do. And I even dropped an extra dragon at the bottom to help a little bit with the funnel. In go the dragons, the balloons. Yes, you had active heroes, not a strong CC. The clone spells, I would not say I'm particularly good at knowing when to drop those. I just kind of spammed them out there when I thought that maybe we could clone a few more units. And then there goes your Town Hall, 2nd star, and we continue forth once again. Looks a lot like the first attack, and late the balloons dropping out of the Stone Slammer, which was interesting to see just how long the Stone Slammers last in this attack strategy. And this time, check it out. It looks pretty good because, of course, we've got numerous dragons left. They roll in, the Expo, the air defense, and sure enough, we pick up a triple, and we picked up some confidence. Not gonna lie. I thought, okay, wait a minute. Perhaps this could work elsewhere. And when I say elsewhere, I mean in war, in CWL, and against a fully maxed out base. So I took a pretty solid war base from my list of war bases that I have. And by the way, if you want this base, you can come to my Discord server. I list all of my bases there in linked bases from video or Town Hall 13, one or the other. So this is Galadon 13.0, fully maxed offense against Galadon, fully maxed defense, and a pesky clan castle full of archers and a lava hound. The attack went better than I expected for, again, one of my first attacks using this strategy and going against a fully maxed out base that definitely does not need any more upgrades. So, you know, yes, I've shown that it's working well. So now CWL is starting. What should I do with CWL? I mean, I am going to have to attack one of these top bases. Well, the decision was, let's go ahead and attack the number one of the opposing side with... Okay, fine, I chickened out. You know, I had super wall breakers active, and I'm super used to using Queen Charge, Queen Heal hybrid, whatever you want to call it. And this base actually looked designed for this attack. I mean, look at the natural funnel here that the heroes can kind of create. I can get the Archer Queen after this Town Hall, I thought, with the Baby Dragon funneling, and it does work out pretty well. She goes in the correct direction. The wall breakers, well, I had to use all three of them, but they eventually get there. Now, the second one, that was because I was impatient. I should have waited for the Archer Queen to take out the cannon. Then the second one would have gone to where this third one went, but there is the open pathway to the Town Hall, and Galadon forgetting to freeze the single target Inferno, so the Archer Queen uses her ability. Now she gets in, she triggers the clan castle, I drop the poison, and things look scary for a minute. All of those witches and minions and skeletons coming out. Did the poison spell drop in the right spot? Are we going to get the Town Hall down? Well, the answer to both questions, surprisingly, is yes. So the Town Hall goes down for the first star. The CC out of the way, the Archer Queen moving forward and is going to take out the Barbarian King. Now it's a matter of trying to complete an effective funnel and roll in the hybrid after, well, hopefully the Eagle early. And that is always key to try to get that Eagle out of the way. But the funnel looks like it's pretty much accomplished right here with the Barb King, the P.E.K.K.A. out of the Siege Barracks. So it's time for the Miners and the Hog Riders coming from the top right of the screen, and they just roll right in. Now, it's not a super narrow funnel. You'll notice the width that the buildings and especially the defenses are spread out right here does kind of prevent me from getting max value out of the heal spells, and I had to kind of pick and choose who I'm going to heal. The Hog Riders come out of the Siege Barracks just in time to join in, and that did help out. Spell timing and placement, I give myself like a B. You know, we got some good effective heals in there, and now we're done though. So, wait a minute. Yeah, so, okay, I give myself a C. Look at that last heal. Healed like 3 Hogs and maybe 2 Miners, and that probably was the issue. The other units on the top of your screen there, they're not going to be enough to get through the rest of this base, and suddenly, oh, Galadon's go-to one-trick pony hybrid attack, not going to drop the triple in CWL, but at least, hey, at least it was an effective, solid 2-star, and we're like 80% plus, so, you know, nobody in the clan is going to be laughing at me. This is respectable, and I'm pleased with it. Also, it was the icebreaker attack for the war. Nobody ever seems to want to be the first person to attack, so I dropped in the first attack, and that pesky single target Inferno, and, well, okay, fine. Several other defenses prevented me, along with possibly a time fail, even if I had the units at this point, from getting that 3-star. But CWL, it's almost always about getting solid 2 stars, not getting too risky, and that was the reason that I decided, hey, I don't want to try this new dragon attack because, you know, what if I screw it up? It's the first attack of CWL, and I've only done this in one live stream. I really don't have that much experience with it, but hey, on the other hand, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? I mean, come on, it's a game. We're supposed to be out there having fun, challenging ourselves, and like I said, trying new things. So, we switch over to Galadon 13.0, and it turns out he already has the Dragon Army trained from last night's live stream. Here I am, number 7 in war, so I'm just going to pop over, pick my mirror, and take a look at the base. Now, immediately, I do notice a couple of things. We've got ground set expos, and what appears to be A natural spot to drop in dragons where they won't have to face the brunt of the air sweepers, and we can hit the town hall early. Because yes, okay, so the attack is strong, right? I'm relatively confident with it, but not that confident. Not confident enough to say, do what I did in the live stream the day before, and attack from the far side of the town hall. Worst mistake you can make, being overconfident and then dropping a 1-star in CWL and letting your clan down with your only attack. So we've got the CC, which now you've seen the army, the spell, and the CC composition for this setup, and here we go. So we're going to attack, going to drop most everybody in around 10, 11 o'clock, try to get a little bit of a funnel going here, and then check out the air defense at the top of the base. Beautiful, getting an air defense out of the way early. Obviously this base, and this is probably true of the meta in many cases, it's just simply not designed to battle air attacks. So we send everybody in literal air spam from the 11 o'clock position, and there's nowhere for them to go but the town hall. We get the haste spell down there, the rage spell, the warden ability just barely in time, and then I'm like throwing clones and rages everywhere. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying not to overlap rages too much. Maybe I kind of failed at that right there, but the dragons moving their way through, and suddenly with the clone spell and the stone slammer still going, things are looking really good. To have this many units this deep into the base, and of course the balloons coming out of the siege machine right there. Oh man, right here, this was the moment I knew that this was going to be a 3-star. Look at the dragons, the way they're spread out, and they don't have much left to face. Even my faithful Clockwork Archer Queen is still alive up there on the top right of the base, and that's right, we're gonna wipe this base out. It feels so good. Come on, you guys know, almost no better feeling than to drop a 3-star in CWL. Admittedly, not a maxed out base, but you'll notice most of the defenses were, even if the walls were rushed, so I give myself credit for a solid triple, although maybe not as tough as the #1 base. But now that I look back at it, yeah, I probably should have just done this attack at #1. So my thought is, from this point forward, let's go ahead and try to move away from Queen Charge Hybrid, use this attack, and perhaps even, I mean, could it be effective with the Queen Charge and this attack? I'm not sure. You guys need to let me know. Obviously, I'm not the first person to use this attack strategy. I know that other amazing content creators have made videos about it as well, but I'm surprised and I'm excited. I'm excited to be doing something different in Clash of Clans with my Town Hall 13 accounts. And here it is with tons of time left. I mean, almost a minute left. So thank goodness for no more time fails. We pick up the 3-star against the opposing base, and now code Galadon. That's right, use code Galadon. Use code Galadon. That is the clan. Use code Galadon. We pick up the first 2 attacks. Actually, I did both of the first 2 attacks in the clan right there, and 5 stars on 2 attacks, so I'm happy. And I hope you guys are happy as well, because you stuck around all the way to the end of the video. That means you're the true Gala fam, and I love, think about, appreciate every single one of you every single day. So stay inside, wash your hands, be kind to other people, animals, and planet. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for Wonderful Text.
Galadon, don't do that, don't you know? Old dogs can't learn new tricks.